So as you can see that we are into the After Effects now, and this is the composition that I have created for my customer, and they have just provided me this title PNG, and you can see that this is the title, and I have created every single stuff with this sand, cool looking golden sand, and this natural looking sand here. So we're gonna create every single stuff right now, and I'm gonna tell you all of this step by step. Okay, so the very first thing, let's create a new comp and give it a name main. All right, and you can see that the by default settings that I'm going with 1920 by 1080 pixels, 60 frame per second, and I'm going 10 seconds long. Okay, you can keep background black, white, whatever you want, it's up to you. Now let's click on OK, and you can see that we have created a new comp. So the very first thing what you need to do is just simply drag the title. You can also use text for your thing. If you want to go with image, if you want to go with text, it is up to you, right? And then what you need to do is pre-comp it. So what I'm gonna do, let's right click and click on pre-compose, and here I will type in logo. Okay, you're gonna move all attributes into from this comp to the new comp, and I'll just gonna click OK, and you can see that I have just created a new comp. So here what you're gonna do is just simply click on this rectangle tool and create a mask. Okay, you can see that I have just created this rectangle mask. Open up the mask properties, and you'll see that there is a mask path option. Click on the keyframe and double click on your mask path. So I'm just holding shift, and I'm gonna take this mask path completely out of the artboard. Then go to like maybe probably 5 seconds here, and again double click on the mask and shift it completely to the right side. Okay, so you can see that we have created this wipe effect. Okay, and you can also feather up the property like maybe 100. Okay, so you can see that you will get a very soft edges of your mask here. Okay, so now what you got to do is you just need to simply pre-compose this logo layer, like right click on it and click on pre-compose, and here you'll just need to type in logo emitter. Okay, and you can move all attributes in the new comp and press OK. So we have just created this new composition, and because we are keep pre-composing this stuff, let me just tell you, if you want to replace this logo, okay, you can just simply replace it with the text. Like I'm just gonna click on here, I'll just type in new text and I will type in logo. Okay, so let's zoom it up like this, and let's hide this layer. So that's how your logo layer will be get updated. Okay, so every single effect we're gonna apply here, and those effects will be applied to this logo accordingly. Okay, now let's come back and let's shift it, and here. Okay, by the way, if you are someone who want to learn animation in more organized way, so this animation course is just perfect for you. Here you will learn a complete character animation from beginning to advanced. I have covered all of the necessary animation tools like rigging, shading, lighting, and adding different effects to your character. I have also covered hand-drawn animation, lip syncing, particle effects, camera movement, and lot more. Here you will get a library of 50 plus characters so that you can practice on them and experiment with them on your own. Join this high-end demand animation program that gives you amazing look at the result even if you are a beginner. So if you wanted to go professionally in animation, this is the great place to start. So you can see that I have just created this logo animated layer. Now just simply make this layer 3D, and you can see that there are 3 dimensions X, Y, and Z, and hide this. So here we got to create one new black solid. So right click on your timeline, go to new and create new solid. You can just type in sand. Okay, make sure the layer is on the comp size and make sure the background is black. Click on OK. Now for this effect I'm going to use Red Giant's Trapcode Particular. You can also go with After Effects default plugin, which is Particle World, and it's up to you, but I have that plugin, so I'm gonna go with Red Giant's Trapcode Particular. So just simply go to Effects, click on RG Trapcode and click on Particular. So you can see that the effects has been added to my sand solid layer. Okay, so you can see that this is the effect. Now here what you need to do, you need to play with some settings. Just simply go to emitter, and here just increase this particle per second like about 3 lakhs, 3,000,000, something like that. And let's go to 3 seconds here and create a keyframe. Okay, now you have to move 1 frame forward. To do that, so you need to press Ctrl on your keyboard if you're using Windows, and press the right navigation button. Okay, so I'm pressing Ctrl and I'm pressing right navigation button, so just simply press that and you will move 1 frame forward, and here make it 0. Alright, so this is the thing that you need to do. Now change some other settings. Make the emitter type, change it to light S, which is lights. Okay, and then change the velocity to 0, random velocity to 0, distribution to 0, and emitter motion to 0. Now here on the top you will see that there is an emitter size option, so you need to set it individual because X, Y, Z we need each dimensions separately. So just simply change the X size to 50, Y size to 50, and Z size to 1. Now change the emitter type to layer. Alright, and when you scroll down you will see that there is a emitter layer option. So open it up and select the layer to logo emitter, and make sure the layer sampling set it to particle birth time. If it is by default set it to current time, you need to click on it and change it to particle birth time. So basically what we have done here is we have just set it this particles dots, these particles that we saw the white dots, we have just set it to the logo emitter, which means the text, it will take the texture of our logo and it will manipulate itself, and that's how you will get this kind of look to your particles. Okay, so basically this is not a logo, these are the particles which are using the texture of our logo. Now let's move in and let's change some settings in the particles. Let's go to the particle section and change the life seconds to 2.5 maybe. The life randomness would be like 75%, and maybe sphere like 100%. You can always play with these numbers just in case if you want to, you know, experiment with your logo with your titles. Alright, let's change the size to maybe something like 2, and you'll see that the stuff is now just changed. Now let's go to the opacity over life, and here select this preset. Okay, alright, now let's go to the environment and let's change some stuff here too. Go to wind, set it to 75, wind of y-axis set it to -75. Now let's go to displays, and here let's change the turbulence field. Go to turbulence field and set the turbulence effect size to 2, and then come on top, and here you will find the after position of the turbulence. You can just set it to like 140 or 150. I'll suggest to keep experimenting with your designs here. You can see that the turbulence is now displaced properly. Alright, so we have almost done our sand effect here. Now we're gonna duplicate our sand layer. So to duplicate the layer, just simply select the layer and press Ctrl D, and the layer will be duplicated. Now just go to particle, and here let's change some settings. Let's change the life per second to like 2.5 to 2, and you'll see the changes will be happening here. Now let's go to environment and change the wind to 100 and change it to like -100. I'm happy with the settings, that's why I'm telling you. You can always play with your settings here. And after position, you can just make it 300 here. Just double it up so that the sand will spread it in a much better way. And now let's preview the stuff. Alright, I am pretty happy with this output. You can see that the sand is just simply coming up in the form of text. So now let's simply go to the logo layer. Click on this PNG image. If you have a text layer here, you can just simply click on the text layer, copy it, go to main and paste it on your main layer and keep it completely to the downside, and you can see that the title is been appeared properly. Now here we're gonna apply one effect that we called linear vibe. So simply go to effects and preset panel, search for linear vibe, and you can just simply drag it and drop it. And if you just reduce the percentage, you will see that the text is now appearing in the linear format. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, set it to -90, set the wipe angle to -90, go to 0 second, click on the stopwatch button and go to like most probably 4 or 5 seconds long and reduce it to 18-19%. okay, unless the text is completely appeared in front of you. And here you can just give the featherness like maybe 200 or maybe 300, it is up to you. Take this layer a bit forward, like maybe around 1 second, and here you will be able to see that the text is now appearing properly. And I'll just take this like maybe to the 4 second, it will just give the good animation to me. Alright, so now it is looking pretty good to me. If I just play it in front of you, you can see that the text animation is now properly visible to us. But in the original example, you can see that there is so much of dust particles, so much of sand particles are available in front of you, right? So we have to create that also. So to do that, just simply click on the sand layer that we have just created. Okay, for this sand, duplicate it by pressing Ctrl D, and here you need to change some settings. So the very first thing what you need to do is you need to change this emitter type from layer to sphere. Okay, it will just change the emitter type, and here you need to change the settings of particular particles per second from 3 lakh to maybe like 10,000. okay, because we are just creating the background dust. Okay, so now the next thing what you need to do here is just simply go to the opacity panel. Okay, and here you need to change the preset from this to something like this. Okay, you can see that. All right, and here you can just change some settings also. It is up to you. Just try to play with your stuff, just play around with your stuff, your logo, your PNG file, and you will get to know that which option is better for your animation. All right, now take your cursor to the 0 second and go to the position of the emitter. This is the emitter and this is the position option, and bring the X position completely out from the artboard. Right, then go to like maybe 4 or 5 seconds. You can just follow up this keyframes here, and again take this position completely to the right side of the artboard. Okay, like this. So now let's just preview it. So I'm pretty happy with this thing. If you just spend more time, you can just add some more stuff. So let's see how we can make it much better. So this is the sand and it must look like a sand. So for that, so what I'm going to do to give that sandy look, the dusty look, what I'm going to do, just simply go to effects and change the color of your sand, of your foreground sand. To change the color, just simply go to color correction, click on tint, and here just simply change the white color to something like sand looking color here. Okay, you will see that the change is happening in your composition. Click on OK, and you will see the changes will be here. Now again go to effects and go to blur and sharpen, go to Gaussian blur, make sure to check on this repeat edge pixels and keep it like maybe 8%. Okay, so you can see that the sand is much blurry. So let's preview it and let's see how it is looking. So it is looking pretty good to me. If you want, you can spend some more time on it, and you can just simply play with the blending modes also, and ultimately you will end up getting this kind of really cool looking output for your logo. So I hope you like this.